Well, hello, diet disruptors. Welcome to another Monday episode. And those of you that are watching us live in our Diet Disruptor Squad, yes, it's Monday. Those of you listening in our podcast, you know, Monday night, we release this. And you can also see, if you're seeing the video, that I've got a special guest for this week. And we're both wearing yellow, and we're both wearing yellow for a very particular reason, right? All right. So I am so honored and excited to introduce you guys all to Carl Taylor. He is the founder of Kyani. And Kyani, as a lot of you know, is the organization that we partner with to bring you what we know are the top of the line supplements, also the nitro nutrition movement that I've talked about. But Carl is here to talk to us about something so near and dear to his heart that is part of Kyani. And the fact that he is the founder of this huge organization and of this topic we're going to talk about is so exciting to me. Carl, hello. Welcome to the Diet Disruptor Squad.
Oh, thank you. It's so great to spend a little time with you. Carrie, you're amazing. I have to start off with this, though.
Okay.
Before this started, I was reminiscing with Carrie about the first time I heard her name was a year ago. And I was referred about what an amazing person she was, how talented, how great her heart was, and how great it would be to be a partner and interact with her. And then I've had a chance to actually accomplish that. The only bad thing was that you did not get as good an introduction as you should have, because you're even greater than what I'd heard. Thank you, Carrie.
You're so sweet. Yes, Carl was actually just telling me while we were kind of chatting before this, that he was at now Carl is a farmer. Carl is an amazing businessman, but at the heart, he is a farmer, potato farmer, cattle farmer out of Idaho. And if you've ever heard of an Idaho potato, you've probably had a potato from Carl's farm. And so, Carl, you were shopping when you heard about me and at an Angus bull sale. Is that right?
That's right, Carrie. We buy very high quality Angus bulls for our breeding herd, for our Angus cattle herd. So we raise Angus cattle, and I was purchasing Angus bulls, purebred Angus bulls, when I got a phone call, and that was the first I heard about you and how great you would be as part of our overall picture and overall scheme of things. And anyway, it reminded me that because it was exactly a year ago.
So every time he sees an Angus bull, he thinks of me now. So
yes.
Awesome. That is just great. So I got to tell you guys a little bit about Carl. I like to say that he's one of my best friends in the world. I don't know if that's really, I'm one of his best friends, but I just respect this man so much. And we have so much fun together. My husband, Peter, and Carl get along so well as well. And really the reason why Carl and I have actually gotten to know each other so well is because of what we're going to talk about today. Yes, we partner together in the health industry to bring real health knowledge and wellness knowledge to people. But what we're going to talk about today is even deeper than that in the way that we've really gotten to know each other. So Carl started Kyani 14 years ago now, Carl?
Almost 15.
Almost 15 years ago with his two business partners. And the three of them have had an amazing relationship and didn't actually need to start Kyani. Let's be honest, they were very, very successful, had never failed at a business, and starting a health and wellness company with the quality and the commitment to excellence that they had was not something that their financial portfolio needed. So Carl, can you help people understand why? And, you're not 20. It's not like you're 20 and like raring to just, build businesses everywhere. You're very, very successful on top of all the businesses, 30,000 acre Idaho potato farm in the farming industry. But yet you and your partners decided Kyani was going to be a good idea. Why was it?
Well, I had two really close friends, Jim and Kirk Hansen, and we had some other business deals together. And as you said, we had plenty to do. But we were introduced to some great opportunities, some great products that we thought could make a difference. And my wife, I didn't think would be very happy with me starting a new enterprise. She thinks I need to slow down, and I don't know what slow down means. And
I love that.
we talked about this opportunity, a business opportunity, and we started Kyani. But I'll never forget my wife's advice is I thought she would say no and want to buy a house in some warm location to spend the last third of my career. But she said, we should do this because it will help people.
Mm-hmm.
And how little did we realize how much it would help people. And one of the ways we're going to talk about today is carrying hands, how it would help people.
Yeah.
But Kevin Kirk and I started Kyani. We had some amazing products. They life-changing in my mind.
Yep.
They do a fantastic job. And we've seen such good results, and we have helped so many people. We didn't realize at the time the other ways we could branch out. Since then, I'll just mention we started a charitable organization called Caring Hands, and we've been to multiple places: Europe, Asia, South America, Central America, and we're Africa, and many times to Mexico, where Carrie and I spend a week together on a Caring Hands project. Another of the things we do that help people is we started an organization and we produce potato meals out of some of the potatoes I grow. We call it Potato Pak, and it's considered by the World Health Organization to be a complete meal. So we take potatoes and we enhance them with some protein, other products, and we make a complete meal. Mm-hmm. And we've distributed more than 4 million of these meals currently, and it's growing every day. So Potato Pak works in conjunction with our charity of Caring Hands.
Yeah. And when I first learned about Kyani and started to get to know you and the president, Katie, and when Mark McDonald and I were really looking at, this partnership, it was like, these are amazing people. And the reason why you started Kyani and your partnership, it was a no-brainer. It works so well with what we teach nutritionally, and it was there. I did not know how powerful this relationship was going to be. And when I didn't even know about Caring Hands right away, when I learned about Caring Hands, and especially the fact that there was an upcoming trip that year to Mexico, many people know I lived in Mexico, and all of you know that Mexico is a part of my heart. I thought, I have to go there. And so what I saw in Mexico was not just life-changing in terms of what my own experience, but to see what Kyani is actually really about. Yes, these world-class products that help people in ways that you didn't even know was going to happen, but then to be able to I do some extraordinary work. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about what we did together in Mexico. I'll share some pictures as we do that, because this is an amazing project that I think everybody needs to know about, because you're going to want to be involved.
Great. I'd love to talk about it. And if I sound like I'm bragging, I am.
Love it.
So our goal has been to make a difference in an entire village. Our goal has been to help a community become more self-sustaining. And we realized that the greatest needs are nutrition, health, education, and finances. But when we raise the level of education, we raise all of them. Mm-hmm. So we've been focusing on education, and not just grade schools. We've gone into the high schools now, and we've completed our 8th school. And as we finish these high schools, we've many times doubled the attendance at the high school because of our efforts and because they have a good facility to go to. We put a computer lab in many of these high schools. And then we've partnered with the #1 university in the state of Chiapas. And Chiapas is the poorest state of Mexico. We've partnered with the university, and we offer online education. We've started our own university called Kyani University. So in the mornings, the high school students use the computer labs, and then in the afternoon, graduated students, older students, can come back to college, take an online university, and they can complete their degree. And there's multiple degrees they're able to get. Now, we've changed the lives of these communities because the expectation is they come back to their communities, start businesses, get better jobs, and lift the community. And it's been so successful that it's gotten the attention of all of the governments in the area. I've met with 2 different governors. There's been a change in the governor's role, not the role, but a new governor was elected last year. Both governors prior and this one have been so excited about what we're doing. They're copying our business model, and in hundreds of other high schools are trying to make similar programs in place. So the kids who never went to college, never had a desire to go to college, are now graduating. They're coming back, starting their own businesses.
You're literally starting first generation college graduates. And as an educator, right? I was an educator for more than 20 years, plus Mexico is so close to my heart, to see it actually happening. And we got to pour some concrete and build, put windows in. But what we really did was we were able to financially give them opportunity. And just like you said, when you have education, you can increase your finances, you can increase your health. If you just have health, you can't necessarily increase your education or finances. But when you bring education to an entire community, an entire state, that changes the future generations from there forward. It was amazing to watch these students who were so grateful because before Kyani, they couldn't go to school. They didn't have a school. There was no actual even building for them to learn in. And so watching this, and then, Carl, they love Carl over there because he's literally there working, doing the work, sun up to sundown. And they know that he's really that catalyst to focusing people to be able to donate so that we can make all of this possible. I love that we are bringing university students for the first time ever through to graduation. And there's so much more to do.
It's interesting. We found that if we can get the families, the teachers, the community involved, it's upped our level of success so much. Mm-hmm. We have the most wonderful employee in Mexico working full-time on these projects for us. And before we ever start a project, and there's dozens and dozens of communities that want us to come and participate, but he gets the buy-in of the community, of the leaders, the teachers, the parents. So once we start the school, they come and help. And when they own that project, they maintain the project, the schools stay clean, the kids go to school, and we don't just build a school, we help the community build a school. And our dollars go so much further, double, triple as far as any other models that they've seen, because we have the community help, and it's just been extremely effective.
And this is what I think life is all about. Like I have behind here, know your value. And I talk to women all the time about how our purpose on earth is not to find the right diet. The purpose on earth is that we can be living our best health so that we can go and do things that actually impact others, live a purpose-driven life. And when you see Carl speaking in front of people, when you see him getting on airplanes and doing the grunt work, when you see him focusing so many of his efforts on this, you could see it lights him up. It's not about making more money, right? He did that so that he could do this with it. And I love that there is a purpose-driven approach to Kyani. It's only one of many reasons why we agreed as an organization to partner with you. So I love that. And I love that everything that you all do, my diet disruptors do, if you decide to buy Kyani products, a portion of the proceeds of every single product that you purchase goes towards caring hands, knowing that what you're doing is not only going to fuel your body well, but it is also going to support all these people all around the world, whether it's building schools in Mexico, whether it's building schools all around the world, providing potato packs. And so can you talk a little bit about recently, we just had a drive around potato packs. Now, remember, Carl is like Idaho potato. And so developing potato packs, at first I was like, I don't understand about this. But what I realized is that when there are war-torn countries, when there are natural disasters, to be able to send potato packs that when you mix with water becomes a full PFC meal, that is power and that is impact. So Carl, can you talk a little bit about most recently with the Ukraine, what we've done with potato packs?
Yeah, I think, Carrie, I'll start even before that saying how proud I am of it. I have a seed potato farm that I raise the seed to then grow potatoes. And then I grow the potatoes. And then my contacts, I've helped through Kyani, line up with a manufacturer to produce this product. And then I get to go to places like Mexico and watch little kids eat these potatoes, and the schools, and the same in Africa. It's many times the only or best meal they get. I've seen parents in tears watching their kids eat our potato pack because it was the only meal they got that day. That happened in Africa. In Mexico, it's sometimes the best meal they get.
Mhm.
So this potato pack, we don't just furnish it to orphanages and schools and places that need it on an ongoing basis. We're ready for emergencies worldwide. We've shipped it to hurricanes, tsunamis, in the United States, out of the United States. And we just recently, as Carrie was mentioning, had a promotion and a goal and a mission to send potatoes to Ukraine. So we couldn't get into Ukraine, I should say Ukraine refugees in Poland. So we sent 100,000 meals to the Ukraine. And fortunately, we partnered with an unbelievable organization called Convoy of Hope. Sometimes we partner with Red Cross, but in some countries, Convoy of Hope, an amazing charitable organization, helps us get them there. So they're taking these potatoes to Poland to feed the refugees, and our Kyani business partners have made contributions and purchases so that we can be in a position to send those potatoes.
Yeah. And I love that so many of you diet disruptors donated to that promotion so that we could be a part of those 100,000 potato packs that were sent to Poland. So I thank you for that. So there are so many ways that you can be involved. You can, by purchasing Kyani products, know that a portion of those proceeds are going to the Caring Hands Foundation. And you will see potato packs right there on their website. And you can buy a small pack of potatoes and they will be used to be sent to any of these places that Carl mentioned. I love a fully vetted organization that does charitable work that impacts others. And the fact that it is around nutrition is right there along with the lines of what we know we are working to do in this organization in the movement of helping people live healthier lives. And then you can also donate your funds so that it directly goes to some of those schools and the university building that Carl was talking about as well. When I say that this is truly mission driven, it's powerful and it's exciting. And for all of us to be able to be a part of it it just gives so much more to what I even knew Kyani was about. But I'm sure for you, when we talk about Kyani and we're talking about their products and their protein powder and their triangle of health, yes, it is one area, but this one is so much bigger. So thank God that Carl was able to be as successful as he was so that he could go and put his finances, put his time and his energy into something like this to help so many people. Carl has a phrase that Peter and I say all the time. He always says, don't just do stuff, get stuff done. And so, Carl, I just love that your whole life is around getting important stuff done. Thank you for all you do for people. You're amazing.
Well, Carrie, you're giving me way too much credit. I've got amazing partners, my entire corporate staff. That we just finished a trip just last week, and I wasn't able to go to this one. I was in Mexico twice last year. We just finished one last week, and I had 4 members of the corporate staff, many of them with some of their families at that event. Carrie, you and Peter were there, and you were amazing. We have amazing partners. My original partners, Jim and Kurt, in fact, that's their picture behind me. Their heart and soul was in Kyani. They loved not just being good businessmen, but they cared about people, and this was important to them. They perished a couple of years ago in a plane accident. And so I think a lot of the excitement is intensified because of people knowing their love for helping people and their dedication and commitment to continuing to move ahead in their honor, as well as for many other reasons.
Yeah, Carl, when you lost your best friend back in 2019, that was in November of 2019, Carl told me that, every day he could turn right to go to your farm. Is that right? And left to go to Kyani out of your home. And his best friends died on a Saturday. And on Sunday, you were full-time in Kyani, turning left, only left for about 6 months. And knowing that you could have easily said, I'm going to sell Kyani. This is not part of what I can do in right now. You didn't. You doubled down. You said, I'm going to bring in the best, the smartest, the people with the highest integrity to be able to help me honor my best friends so we can continue to build this mission that we started together. And so you didn't let that die with them. You actually gave them honor and allowing this to flourish. So I always am so sad for your loss and recognize the blessings that have also come from that. And that's what this is. And taking this to the level that you are with the team that you have just shows your integrity. Because again, you didn't need to do this, Carl. You did it because you're passionate about it and you just want to help people.
You know, Carrie, when we were sitting in Mexico and we were having one of these events and the community was paying tribute, we were having a ceremony, and we had 13 of the first 13 graduates from Kyani University. The very first 13 kids graduated. And I was sitting there thinking, mission accomplished, we've graduated. Well, it wasn't. There was more things still to do. But the other thought I had was, they must have really wondered what would happen with Kyani when Jim and Kirk perished. And I'd thought about all of my own problems and business problems. I hadn't really realized what they must have been going through in Caring Hands, in Kyani University, in that world, until I sat there. And then it dawned on me how glad I was to be there and let them see that we were moving ahead. And Carrie, is interesting. While we sat there and I thought, great, these kids have graduated, but now what's the next step? Are they going to go back to their communities? Are they going to go back and work in their father's fields? And it hit me, there's more we can do. So we put an intern program together, and we're bringing a handful of these college graduates back each year. They're working on Taylor farms, earning good money for harvest, and then that gives them seed money to go back and start their own businesses. One of them started an organization raising chickens. Another one is selling coffee. Another one has started his own computer business. So we're seeing tremendous results because people care, because people make donations. They can't always show up in person. And if they can't, we're seeing tremendous support, just as many can, just to make a donation so that it takes place.
And I love that you're using what you've built, in your previous Kyani life to be able to continue to support the people through Caring Hands. And I'll leave this with this one kind of thought. And my members will know, I say this all the time. You can't always control your circumstances, but you can always control your response. And I think Carl Taylor is the epitome of that phrase that I say every single day to my clients. You can control your response. You can take something that is a tragedy, something that was so hard, and turn it into something beautiful and so much more, to honor the experience and honor the circumstance. And so you are that model and that mentor of, you can always control your response regardless of the circumstances. So thank you for building this. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. And for those of you that want to be a part of this more, just put in the comments, Caring Hands. We will reach out to you. We will show you ways in which you can be a part of this amazing organization. And I couldn't be more excited to share this with you guys. Carl, thank you for your time. I know how busy you are, and I appreciate that you spent so much of it with us.
Well, Carrie, I guess I just want to emphasize one more time, the voice, the heart, the soul you have to help other people, whether it's Caring Hands, whatever it is. I'm just so thrilled to be able to associate with you and the impact you make in people's lives. You really care about people. Peter really cares about people, and you're such an example to me. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. See, you guys, we're BFFs. I love it. Carl, thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Everybody at Diet Disruptors, remember, you can't control you might not be able to control your circumstances, but you can always control your response. And wherever you are in your journey, there's a place for you at Disruptive Nutrition.